Hello and welcome back. Let us read this question. Write each trigonometric ratio as a simplified fraction and as a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth. So we have to round it to the nearest hundredth when necessary. Let's look at the first one. Let us find sine of angle L. So this is my right triangle. This is angle L. So what is the sine? Remember, SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. The sine is the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Let us look at this triangle. The hypotenuse is always the side facing the 90 degrees, so therefore this is the hypotenuse, which is 10 here. And what about the opposite side? Since so, we're going to use the opposite side. So what is the opposite side to angle L? This is the opposite side, it's MN. Therefore, the sine of angle L, it's the opposite side over the hypotenuse, which is equal to MN, segment MN over LM. The hypotenuse is LM. This is the hypotenuse, and the opposite is the red one, which is MN. Therefore, it's equal to 6 over 10. Now, remember that I have to write it as a simplified fraction. Now, is this fraction in simplest form? No. I have something common between 6 and 10. So therefore, I have to make this fraction smaller. So I'm going to divide up and down by the same number, which is 2 now. So therefore, you will get 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2, you will get 5. Can I simplify it more? No. So this fraction is in simplest form. I stop here. Then I have to divide, since they told me write it also as a decimal. And remember that fraction is also what it can be written as a percentage or as a decimal. Fraction means division. Therefore, how do I change this to a fraction? So on the calculator, you're going to divide 3. Sorry, you will divide on the calculator 3 divided by 5. You will get 0.6. So therefore, my answer is 3 over 5 or 0.6. Similarly, the cosine of angle L. But now, let's see again. Angle L is here. Now, what's the cosine of the angle? Using SOHCAHTOA again. But now, what's the cosine? It's adjacent over the hypotenuse. So where's my adjacent? Remember that the hypotenuse will be always the same. It's always the side facing the 90 degree. So this is the hypotenuse again, which is LM. But now what is the adjacent side? Remember that adjacent means near or close to, and the adjacent side is going to touch the angle. Therefore, the adjacent side is LN. So therefore it's LN over LM, which is equal to 8 out of 10, or 8 over 10. Now on the calculator again, you divide them to get the decimal, but before that we have to write the fraction again in simplest form. I can divide up and down by 2. What will you get? You will get 4 out of 5. And if you divide it on the calculator, 4 divided by 5, you will get 0.8. So this is as a decimal and this is as a fraction. Finally, tangent of M. Tangent of M. So TOA means opposite over adjacent. TOA, it means that the tangent is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent. So it's opposite over adjacent, which is, now we have angle M now. So do you see the angle changed? Where is angle M? Angle M is here now. What is the opposite side to angle M? The opposite side is always the side facing the angle, opposite to it. It will not touch it, but it's the side facing the angle. Ln is the opposite side relative to angle M. What about the adjacent side now? This is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always Lm in this figure. Why? Because it's the side facing the 90 degrees. So this is always the hypotenuse as we mentioned, and this is the opposite side. Therefore, the adjacent side is going to be Mn. This is my adjacent side. So therefore, it's Ln over Mn, which is equal to, now what's the value or the length of this segment or the side of the triangle? This is 8. Opposite over adjacent, it's 6. Now I'm going to write this in simplest form. If you divide up and down by 2, the same number, you will get 4 over 3. Then on the calculator, you're going to divide 4 by 3. You will get 1.33333. Now here, since I told you round to the nearest hundredth, you cannot write it as 1.3 bar, okay? Remember, this is a repeating decimal. But since I told you round to the nearest hundredth, no, please do not put the bar. So where is the 100th place? This is the 10th place. This is the 100th. This is the 100th place. So search for the number, look right next door. Is my neighbor strong or weak? Let's look at this 3, the neighbor here. Is it strong or weak? 3 is a weak neighbor. Therefore, the underlined number will stay the same. So it's 1.33. That's it, the answer as a decimal, and that's the answer as a fraction. Moving on to the next question. Find to 2 decimal places. When I tell you 2 decimal places, it means I want to round to the nearest hundredth. Because, for instance, if I have like 1.235, etc., where's the second decimal place? This is the first one, which is the 10th. This is the second one, which is the 100th. So when they tell you find to 2 decimal place, you will round to the nearest hundredth, okay? The measure of the angle marked theta in these following examples, A, B, and C. So let me start with A. This always when you want to find the angle, you use the shift only in this case. I'm going to elaborate now. What do I mean? So let us find where is my angle theta in part A. This is my angle theta here. Okay, what is this side relative to angle theta? This one. This is the opposite side. Look, it is opposite to the angle. Therefore, it's 5 centimeter. Now, and what is the 3 centimeter? It's not the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the side facing the 90 degrees. So this is not the hypotenuse. Let's see. So this side is the adjacent because it touches the angle. You see, it touches the green angle, theta, and it's close to it. This is the adjacent side. So the adjacent side is 3 centimeter. If you look closely, so they gave me the opposite and the adjacent here. So you have to decide which trigonometric ratio are you going to use. Are you going to use SO or Ka or TOA? So let's see. I have that the opposite is 5 and the adjacent is 3 centimeter, okay? So I have O and I have A. Which one of these ratios uses OA? Has O and A in it? These two. Here you don't have a hypotenuse and here you don't have hypotenuse, so I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use TOA. Therefore, I'm going to use the tangent. So the tangent of angle theta is equal to, we know that it's opposite over adjacent. They are in order, TOA. So tangent is of the angle is the opposite over the adjacent, which is equal to 5 over 3. Therefore, the tangent of the angle theta is equal to 5/3. But now, let's go back to the question. They said we want to find the measure of the angle. Okay, so how do I use this? Remember, I always use shift for the angle. Why? I want theta, which is the angle. I want the angle. So how do you find it? The sticky coefficient here, it's the function, the tangent. What is the inverse of tangent? It's arc tangent. So you're going to go to your calculator. On the calculator, this is the calculator screen. You're going to write shift tan, you will get this one, which is the inverse of the tangent, arc tangent we call it, and then you will put 5/3, you will get your angle. And pay attention that the angle should be in degree mode, okay? Therefore, you have to make sure when you use the calculator on the degree mode. I'm gonna show you now the steps. So make sure that you have dig. This DEG is for degree. Then you're going to press inverse and tangent, so you get arc tangent, and you put 5/3, which is 5 divided by 3. Since fraction means division, you close the parenthesis, you will get 59.036 something, 0362. So you will get 59.0362, blah blah blah. I'm going now, so this is my angle, this is the angle. So the theta, the angle is equal to 59 point. Let me round this to the nearest hundredth. This is the hundredth place. Search for the number, look right next door. The neighbor 6 is a strong number, so you will add 1 to the 3. So it becomes 59.04. Don't forget the unit of the angle. Here you have units, it's degree. While in the first exercise you did not have units. Why? Because centimeter over centimeter, they cancel out, or a unit over the same unit, they cancel out. So this is the first angle. B. Okay, I'm gonna skip B. I'm gonna do C. Similarly, you're gonna do B and C. So C now. This is my angle theta. Let us see. What is the side facing angle theta? This is 3 meters. What do we call it? This is the opposite side because it's opposite to the angle. And here, what did they give me? They give me 4 meters. Okay, so what is the nature of the side? What do we call it? This is the hypotenuse, okay, which is 4 meters. Therefore, I have the opposite here. I'm using the opposite, which is 3 meters. And I have the hypotenuse, which is 4 meters. Okay. So I have O and H. So let's write SOHCAHTOA. Which one of these helping words or acronyms has O and H in it? Which one has O and H in it? This one. Okay. Therefore, I'm gonna use so. So it means I'm gonna use the sine. So sine of the angle theta is equal to it is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, which is equal to 3 meters over 4 meters. These two will cancel out. Therefore, the sine of my angle is equal to 3/4. Now, again, I want to find my angle. Always when I want to find the value of the angle, what do? We have to get rid of this sticky neighbor, which is the sine. What's the opposite, the inverse of sine? Arc sine. So you're going to put on the calculator shift, then sine. Shift then sine, then your answer, the ratio, and you will get your angle. So let me now do it on the calculator. First, make sure you're in the degree mode, then you put inverse sine 3 divided by 4. This is a famous fraction, so you could have written 0.75 if you want. You will get 48.590. Something, etc. Now I'm gonna round to the nearest hundredth. This is what they asked me to do. So therefore, I'm gonna search for my neighbor. The 0 is a weak number, so you will not add